You want to develop mental toughness and determination? I'm going to share a rather unusual technique I use to do just that. Kind of outside the usual with this one. Cut. Want to develop mental toughness and determination? I'm going to share a rather unusual technique that I've used recently with great success. Going to be a little unusual, so stay tuned. Welcome, colleagues. George Sloan, Myford University. Going to use an example of something that kind of doesn't fit in our usual content, but when it comes to developing mental toughness and determination, one of the things you have to do is not only deal with the physical, but more importantly, deal with the mental, getting control over your mental capabilities and faculties. Here it is. I just came off of a 48-hour fast yesterday. I do these quite often. I do a lot of intermittent fasting, but every now and then I will do a 24, 36, 48, and I've even done 72 hours in terms of fasting. This video is not about fasting. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not giving you thoughts and ideas on that. I'm using this for an example in terms of how to develop mental toughness and determination. When you do one of these things, one of the greatest things that you have to do is get your mind to work over matter, so to speak. You have to control yourself and control your body. And when you demonstrate to yourself that you can do it, like say you want to do an intermittent fast, 16 hours without 8-hour window to eat, when you first start to do that, it's a little difficult, but then you get to it. Then suddenly you'll find if you get distracted, you sometimes stretch the fast to 20 hours. And once you get to 20, you can go to 24. And once you can do 24, doing 36 isn't that hard. And once you do 36, getting to 48 is not that hard. And then the real challenge is to get to that 72. I've done them all, and I do them not only to just clear myself out physically, but I also do it because I want to demonstrate that I can use my mind to control, my activities and behavior. So what's the real point of all of this? When you are trying to do something that is a little difficult, the best thing to do is to start with the smallest. Once you prove to yourself you can do the smallest, then you go to the next largest, and then bigger and bigger and bigger. And you graduate. Little wins, bigger win, biggest win. And that's really the key to this whole thing, is to make sure that you're, gathering wins, compounding wins, and being able to make sure that you're going to start using your mind to control your decisions. Let's take this into another area. When you are tackling something that's a little bit difficult, what you want to do is go for the smallest common denominator. Go for the little win. You have to get your mind to accept that you are able to do something, and you do it through willing yourself. You will yourself, and you say, you know what, I can do it. If I can make it to this, I can make it to that. And going and tackling a more complicated area of study, that's one of the things where it really pays. Here's another idea along these lines. If you're not sure you want to do something, you want to procrastinate, one of the things you can do is say, all right, I'm just going to go for, I'll do it for 10 minutes. 10 minutes usually turns into 20, turns into 30, and sometimes turn into 60 minutes or more. So start with the little things, build that mental determination, that mental toughness to be able to do these things. And, as I say, build on little wins. Start small, then go a little bigger, until you reach the goal that you want. Whether you're learning a new area of knowledge, whether you're learning new skills, you're trying something you've never done before, again, start small, then go a little bigger, then a little bigger, and a little bigger. And that's, effectively what I did when it came to, the intermittent fasting. I realized that I could keep stretching, and then I made a little challenge or a game out of it. And again, same thing if you're trying to learn something or you're reading a book that's difficult. I'm just going to do 10 pages. Then I'm going to do 20. Then I'm going to do the chapter. Then I'm going to do 2-3 chapters. Little wins, stack them, and keep going. If you're interested in this kind of material, and again, I usually don't talk about fasting, but it made sense to talk about it from this perspective of accomplishing little goals to get to big goals. If you're interested in this kind of stuff, myforduniversity.com. Please join the mailing list or subscribe to the Myford University YouTube channel. Really look forward to seeing you there. Give us a like, give us a share. Don't keep us a secret. And keep in mind, we're into learning fast and applying it faster, getting those results, even if it means little wins to bigger wins to bigger wins. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you the next time.